what's up? My name is Averie, and today I have my birthday book haul for y'all. So yes, today is my 20th birthday. I am 2 decades old. Let's just say it is very strange to now be called a 20-year-old instead of a teenager. Anyways, so today, yes, I'm here to share with y'all all of the books that I received for my birthday. I actually celebrated my birthday a couple days ago. I went back to my hometown and celebrated with my family, and they were gracious enough to give me some books for my birthday. I have 2 books that I actually got on my birthday because I came home, and that's where I delivered some of my textbooks, which I have taken some English literature classes this year, British literature classes, and some books were required for that, so I'm excited to share those with y'all. And I also have 1 book that I received on my birthday because it came in the mail for me from a publisher, so that's exciting. And my last thing for y'all is going to be a little unboxing. I treated myself 2 weeks ago and decided to purchase some books on Book Outlet. I love Book Outlet so much. This is not sponsored whatsoever, or I'm not an affiliate at all. I wish Book Outlet contact me, please. But anyway, I love their website so much, and they were having a spend and save sale, I think, and I ended up buying 9 books for $34. So I am super excited. I don't really remember what books I bought, so we'll be figuring it out ourselves. I don't remember what books I bought, so we'll see. So the first book that I want to talk about is Blood Moon, The Chroma Crossing Chronicles, Book 1 by S. Yervati. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. But the publisher of this book, know the name of it, I don't see it anywhere. I think it's called Shando Creativity, I'm not sure. But one of the publishers from this company was so kind to me and ended up asking if I wanted a copy of this book, and I read the synopsis and I agreed to it. I thought it was really fantastic. So I will read the synopsis for you guys from the back. Basically, here's what it says. Candy wanted to attend SCAD and become a sustainable artist. Then someone began hunting her, and Candy found herself plummeting through a portal to heaven knew where. It sure wasn't Savannah anymore. Widowed Cherry Ann sought wealthy husband number 3 and a salacious sex life. What she found was far more dangerous than anticipated. Todd just wanted his woman to appreciate him and quit effing other men. Neither was in her nature. But when the time was right, he kept 1 card to play. Mark Kingsley needed to find his lost possession. Not a forgiving or patient man, he'd stopped at nothing to get it back. Absolutely nothing. In otherworldly domain, Thorne wanted to spend the day hunting, but when he came upon a woman foreign to his realm, her eyes captured him. She became the only woman he ever loved. Candy and Thorne. It should have been a love story complete with the happily ever after ending, as fate would have it. The bored gods and goddesses had other plans for these human pawns hosted from 2 different domains. So this sounds super cool, so I'm thinking like it has a bunch of different stories that maybe get interwoven together. This book is a hunky doozy, like look at it compared to my face. It's like bigger than my face. And the text is pretty large, so that'll help me a lot because I don't do well with small text, so excited for this one. So the next 2 books were 2 books for my British literature class, and the first one is V for Vendetta by Alan Moore and David Lloyd, and I think Steve Whitaker and Shaban Dodis. I don't know how to pronounce this, I'm sorry. But I think those 2 are the artists, illustrators for this book. This is V for Vendetta in graphic novel form. My British literature professor had us get the graphic novel version, so I didn't just get it so I could read it in a different manner. Like, she wanted us to get this. So I don't know anything about V for Vendetta. I don't want to know anything right now because it's going to be a long while until maybe like midway through the semester that we're actually going to read this book. So I'm going to keep myself surprised for the rest of it. And the other book that I got from my British literature class is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and yeah, I don't really know anything about Frankenstein besides basically what the movies have said. I've never read the book, so this is gonna be interesting. And yeah, I don't really know anything else besides like the movie classics that I grew up on, and it's been a while since I've seen one of those, so I'm excited to learn more about it. So the next 3 books were actually gifted to me by my family, which I I love them a lot. Thank you so, so much. The first book we have is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. As some of y'all know, that I read Uprooted earlier in the year and absolutely loved it. So I was super, super, super excited to pick up the second one. I don't think it's the second one, but it's like set in the same world, I think. I'm not sure, do not quote me on that. But basically, I believe it is set in the same world, and I don't know anything about it because I want to go into this one blind because I just love Naomi Novik's writing style a lot, and I'm gonna love whatever she writes. So I don't really need to know anything other than I think it is somewhat of a Rumpelstiltskin retelling of some kind. I know Uprooted was like Beauty and the Beast kind of, so this one I believe is Rumpelstiltskin. So I've never read a Rumpelstiltskin retelling ever, so I'm excited for this one for sure. The next one I have is Always Never Yours by Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegmund Baroka. I think that's how you say it. But I decided to pick this one up because Haley from Haley in Bookland, who I am like obsessed with all the time, hauled this book a while ago. Right when she told us what it was about, I needed it in my TBR immediately. Basically, this is an author duo who's husband and wife, which I think is so cute. That would be so cute to write a book with your husband. That's like a dream. But anyways, this is all about, I believe her name is Megan. Yeah, Megan. So apparently in every relationship that Megan has ever like been in, right after they break up, said boy ends up falling for the love of his life. Like he finds the love of his life after dumping Megan or breaking up with Megan or ending it with Megan or whatever. So she's kind of like had like a little slump there. In the school that she goes to, they're working on Romeo and Juliet. I believe she gets cast as a Juliet. And she falls for a boy in theater, I think. Okay, so I just read it a little bit and it said that Megan wants to like catch the eye of one of the stagehands that's a part of Romeo and Juliet. So she enlists the help of a boy named Owen who needs help with like running lines and stuff like that. So in exchange for helping him with that, he is going to help her get with this guy. And I think that Megan and Owen end up sparking something together. I'm thinking that's what it is, but this is so cute it looks like, and I can't wait to dive into this one. And the last book that I got for my birthday from my family was Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. So there has been a lot of talk about this book on BookTube, obviously, because of course we have Sasha and Lindsay, and they're both booktubers slash author tubers kind of thing. And I've been watching Sasha's videos for as long as I can remember, maybe like 2011, 2012. I think that's, hopefully I'm not getting the years right, but I've been watching her for years. I think she was the first booktuber that I've ever seen. And so when I found out that she was writing a book and it was published, I was super, super, super excited. But I have not had the chance to pick it up yet. I think I'm going to really enjoy it just because I am kind of biased when it comes to people I admire kind of thing. We'll see how this goes. I hope I love it. I know some people are, I think either way, they don't really like it or they love it, so hopefully I'm in the category that loves it. Okay, so here's the part that I am most excited for. I don't remember any of the books that I purchased in my book outlet box, so we'll see what this is, but here's my box. There are, I believe, 9 books in this box, so let me cut this bad boy open. There we go. Whew. Okay, we're gonna see what's in here. Okay, so apparently on my invoice it says that one of my books ended up already being packaged and sold before they packaged my books. So we have 8 books today. That's okay though. I think the book that book that I'm specifically talking about, I believe there's only 1 copy in the series. It was a romance book called In Bed with the Billionaire, which I was kind of excited about, but you know what? It's okay. That docked a couple dollars off my order, so I saved some money, I guess. Okay, so the first one I have right here is Beautiful Secret by Christina Lauren. I remember I bought this because I think it was only $2 something cents on Book Outlet, and I believe this is the 4th book in the series, and I just completed the 2nd, so I just need to buy the 3rd. And you know what? I'm gonna read this series, like I know I'm going to, so I saw this on there and I was like, steal! So I had to get it, but yeah, I only know that is the 4th book in the series, and I'm loving it so far, so I can't wait to continue. Next is Until It Fades by K.A. Tucker. Last year, I read a book called 5 Ways to Fall by K.A. Tucker, and it was probably one of my favorite books of the entire year of 2017. So I haven't read anything else by K.A. Tucker, but I immediately fell in love with her writing style just by that one book that I read. 24-year-old truck stop waitress and single mother Catherine Wright has simple goals: to give her 5-year-old daughter a happy life and to never again be the talk of the town in Balsam, Pennsylvania, population 3,000 outside of tourist season. And then one foggy night on a lonely road back from another failed date, Catherine saves a man's life. It isn't until after the police have arrived that Catherine realizes exactly who she has rescued: Brett Madden, hockey icon and media darling. Ooh. Catherine has already had her 15 minutes of fame, and the last thing she wants is to have her past dragged back into the spotlight, especially on a national stage. So she hides her identity. It works for a time. But when she finds the man she saved standing on her doorstep, desperate to thank her, all that changes. There's immediate connection, and it's more electric than the bond of two people who endured a traumatic event. It's something neither of them expected. Something that Catherine isn't sure she can handle. Something she's afraid to trust. Because how long can an extraordinary man like Brett be interested in an ordinary woman like Catherine before the spark fades? This sounds so good. I really want to read this soon, after I read the book that I'm currently reading, hopefully. Next, we have Cold-Hearted Rake by Lisa Kleypas. So I have heard a lot about Lisa Kleypas from my friend Ashley over at Ash Heart Books. I will link her channel down below for y'all. She is one of my favorites, and she's really into romance novels, so I always go look at her videos if I'm interested in a romance book. And I don't remember, I think she's read this one. I have to look back, but she talks about Lisa Kleypas a lot, and I remember her, I think, saying that she enjoys her writing. So whenever I found this one on there and I liked the summary, I had to pick it up because I trust Ashley with the book recommendations she has. Devon Ravenel, London's most wickedly charming rake, has just inherited an earldom, but his powerful new rank in society comes with unwanted responsibilities and more than a few surprises. His estate is saddled with debt, and the late Earl's 3 innocent sisters are still occupying the house, along with Kathleen, Lady Treniar, and a young beautiful widow whose sharp wit and determination are a match for Devon's own. A clash of wills. Kathleen knows better than to trust a ruthless scoundrel like Devon, but the fiery attraction between them is impossible to deny. And from the moment Devon holds her in his arms, he vows to do whatever it takes to possess her. As Kathleen finds herself yielding to his skillfully erotic seduction, only one question remains. Can she keep from surrendering her heart to the most dangerous man she's ever known? So this sounds super interesting. I haven't read a historical romance book in a while, so I'm excited to dive into this one. Next, we have another historical romance book, and that is Falling for the Highlander by Lindsay Sands. This is a part of a series. I don't think you have to read the series, though. It's kind of like a companion series, but I think I read the first 2 last year sometime. I don't remember the names of them, but I really enjoy Lindsay Sands, like I do, and I don't know anything about this book. I don't really want to because I already enjoy her writing, so I know that I'm going to enjoy this one. Basically, I think this series kind of has like, they're kind of like companions to, or at least like one character from the past book is in like the new book, I think that's what's happening. So we'll see what happens with this one. The next book that I have is a hunky doozy, and that is Anti-Darken by Kirsten White. So obviously this book is on booktube like constantly, so I had to pick it up. Also, one of my best friends, Danny, has read this book and loves it, so I trust her opinion. So I got this, and I saw it on Book Outlet for really, really cheap, so I had to pick it up. Basically, all I know about this book is that it is a retelling of the story of Vlad from Vlad the Impaler. A retelling obviously as a YA novel, and Vlad the Impaler is a girl. So I think they switched gender roles there, and I don't know anything else about it. I think I personally want to go into it blindly, as blind as possible, because I think it's the type of book that I would love any other way. So yeah, I keep saying that I'm excited for books, but I need to stop saying that. I hope I can read this soon. It may take a while though, because it's a big book. Next I have, oh, I did not expect this to be so tall. I have The Duchess Deal by Tessa, I was about to say Jessa, Tessa Dare. And this is quite a thin book. I was not expecting this to be in hardback. I guess it was only in hardback because I normally buy paperback when it comes to romance books just because I love the feeling of it. When a girl meets Duke, their marriage breaks all the rules. Since his return from war, the Duke of Ashbury's to-do list has been short and anything but sweet. Brooding, glowering, menacing London, never do wells by night. Now there's an item on his list. He needs an heir, which means he needs a wife. When Emma Gladstone, a vicar's daughter turned seamstress, appears in his library wearing a wedding gown, he decides on the spot that she'll do. His terms are simple. They will be husband and wife by only night. No lights, no kissing, no questions about his battle scars, and lastly, most importantly, once she's pregnant with his heir, they need to never share a bed again. But Emma is no pushover. She has a few rules of her own. They will have dinner together every evening, with conversation and unlimited teasing. Last and most importantly, once she's seen the man beneath the scars, he can't stop her from falling in love. This seems so cute. Okay, I think Ashley, also at Ash Heart Books, has read this one. I've seen the book on her channel. I don't remember if it was like a TBR video or a has read video. I may ask her about it later, but this seems super duper cute and it's actually quite short, and I'm kind of in the middle of a 400-page book, so I may want to read this one next since it is so short. So I'm actually really looking forward to this one. The next book that I got is Because You Love to Hate Me by an anthology of authors edited by Averie, and authors such as Renee Ahdieh, Adam Silvera, Nicola Yoon, Marissa Meyer, and many more. I mainly bought this book because I haven't read a short story anthology in a while since Meet Cute, which was like my first read, one of my first reads of the year, and I really enjoyed that one, and it was an anthology with a bunch of YA authors as well. So hopefully this one is really good. Also, the other main reason that I purchased this one was because it has a bunch of my favorite booktubers as the collaborators for them. Like some of my favorites, of course, Benjamin of Tomes, A Book Utopia Sasha, Katrina from Little Book Owl, Jessie the Reader, read by Zoe, Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, I love her videos, Reagan from Peruse Project, Poem Bananas Books, like those are the ones that I mainly read from here that are on this list, and so I'm excited to read more. And the last book on this list is probably the most dented, but that's okay, it's still eligible to read, and that is Till Death by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing style, even though I have only read one book from her, and that is right here, The Problem with Forever, and that is one of my favorite books of all time, and I love it so much we had to pick up another book from her. It's been 10 years since Sasha Keaton left her West Virginia hometown, since she escaped the twisted serial killer known as the Groom. Returning to help run her family in means being whole again, except for one missing piece. The piece that falls into place when Sasha's threatened and FBI agent Cole Landis vows to protect her the way he couldn't a decade ago. First one woman disappears, then another, and all the while disturbing calling cards are left for the sole survivor of the Groom's reign of terror. Cole's never forgiven himself for not being there when Sasha was taken, but he intends to make up for it now, because under the quirky sexiness Cole first fell for is a steely strength that only makes him love Sasha more. But someone is watching, waiting, and Sasha's first mistake could be her last. I think that Sasha from the book Utopia talked about how Jennifer L. Armentrout named the main character after her, which doesn't surprise me if that's the case. I don't know if Sasha's making a joke or something, but that could be entirely possible, which I think is super cool. So I'm like super intrigued to read this. Hopefully I can get to it soon. I keep saying that about all these books. I'm sorry. I just hope I can get to them. This looks super good. I haven't ever really read like a murder mystery novel. I guess this is kind of like a murder mystery mixed with romance. And the romance is of course what caught my eye, but I haven't read like a murder mystery novel before, I don't think. So I'm excited for this. I need to stop saying I'm excited. Anyways, there y'all have it. Those are all of the books that I received for my birthday. Let me know down in the comments below if you have read any of these books or if you are planning to. Also, don't forget to click the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos. Also, just let me know how you're doing also in the comments below. I love having conversations with y'all, and yeah, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all soon with a new video. Bye.